You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, let's talk about Rihanna's Super Bowl performance. Not something we talked about right after the game, but again, we didn't have comments from a former WCW legend, WWE legend, Bill Goldberg. That's right. Goldberg at one time for about a 3 or 4 year period, was a Stone Cold Steve Austin-like phenomenon. In fact, I'm sure this would piss him off, and I've seen him with Stone Cold on the Stone Cold's podcast, but it was that kind of fire over on Monday Nitro. It truly was. He was a superstar. He was a phenomenon. He started out with that unbeaten streak, which caught a lot of fire over there. And now he goes on various podcasts. He talks about things. He is technically still an active wrestler with the WWE. I know there were rumors that he might headline WrestleMania. So along with The Rock, I don't know if it was going to be against each other or against Roman Reigns or what, but they decided to go in a different direction. So let's get to this, because he absolutely smashed Rihanna's halftime show. Now, when he's talking about freaking horrible, let us not forget that during this performance, she decided to go out there and do the following. That's right, there she is, rubbing her crotch, smelling her fingers. Good, wholesome fun for all your kids to be watching on TV. I don't know exactly what's going on there or why anybody would do that, a grown adult, even during their performance. And I've seen some people say, well, a lot of people that are outraged by this were Trump supporters, and look at him. Well, any indiscretions that Trump did, he didn't do it on video in front of 120 million people. Now, did he? No, he didn't. Okay, he didn't. I don't necessarily want to hear that. He didn't put anything out there in front of everybody's kids. He didn't. So I think that's a bullshit argument. This is Marca, and now this is catching fire. It's everywhere because Goldberg smashed Rihanna's ass here. Rihanna's long-awaited return, not by me, to the public stage took place at the halftime show of Super Bowl 57. But although it was seen by just over 118 million people, the reality is that it did not convince everyone. I don't know why the screen jumped all over the place, but it did. One of the celebrities who didn't like the show at all was WWE legend Bill Goldberg, who called Rihanna's performance, quote, horrible. Goldberg was a guest of the CarCast podcast with Matt Moderator DeAndrea, where he expressed his disdain for the halftime show at the Chiefs-Eagles game. Yeah, it was an all-time football game, but it was not an all-time halftime show by any stretch. Quote, I thought Rihanna was awful. She grossed me out. That's it. Let's put it that way. I thought it was awful. DeAndre commented that he didn't think it was good or bad, but he did feel like it lacked style and was, quote, a little boring. I actually turned it off. I turned the as soon as halftime started, I changed the channel. I can't remember what I went to watch. Frankly, I think I went over and watched a little bit of YouTube. I watched Tom Kernan's Patriot podcast. He added that what he did like was country singer Chris Stapleton's rendition of the U.S. anthem. Goldberg was one of the celebrities who dared to criticize Rihanna's show, as did former President Donald Trump, who blasted Rihanna and her show. Through his Truth Social platform, Trump was merciless with Barbados singer. Rihanna gave, without a doubt, the worst halftime show in the history of the Super Bowl. This after insulting well over half our nation. which is already seriously declave with her foul and insulting language. Yeah, I mean, it just didn't go over well at all. A lot of people did not like it, and they felt put off by it. I don't know where we're going with the halftime show. I truly don't. This was the first time in ever watching the Super Bowl, I literally didn't even start the halftime show. I turned it on to something else. Like I said, I watched the Patriots podcast. Now, part of that is, I listen to a lot of podcasts as part of this job and work. But I turned it over there for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and I turned it over right as it was ending. I could care less. In my opinion, personally speaking, I don't think Rihanna's a big enough star to be on the Super Bowl, but maybe that's just me. I guess we're no longer ever going to get any rock bands back on there. There's no country acts. The slam dunk that everybody's been wanting forever is George Strait. And there's nothing about George Strait ever performing. Chris Stapleton, my God, he would be a great one. Rock bands, Metallica, Journey, I can tell you firsthand, I've seen both in concert. They would rock the house down at the Super Bowl. And Journey would be a little less metal, right? It would be songs that everybody in the stadium would know. I guess it's probably too late to get a Neil Diamond or somebody like that on there. But it's a lot of hip hop and R&B singers. And in fact, I think it was the 7th or 8th year in a row that's what we got. And there are other kinds of music out there. I understand they wanted to change it up, but at least do something that's every other year. Because frankly, I know a lot of people that don't listen to that kind of music whatsoever. I know people that do. I do. But I get the fact that there's a lot of people that literally was like, I don't know a single Rihanna song. I mean, I'm sure if I heard them, I would, but I couldn't name you one at all. I think she did a song once with Eminem. Maybe. I don't know if it was her song or his song. So anyway, I do appreciate the fact that Goldberg came out and said something. I mean, most of these celebrities and sports stars and whatever just sort of cower down and they keep their mouths shut and they don't want to piss anybody off, or they think they run the risk of canceling. You can't criticize Rihanna because, oh my God, she's black, so that turns into a racial issue. I'm sure the fact that I brought up it's been an R&B/hip hop thing for 7 or 8 years, that will turn into a racial thing in the comments section, because that's just how people get down now. You just can't have different taste. And again, I ain't got a problem with that kind of shit. But look, change it up every other year. All right. There's other kind of genres, and we've had a lot of Bruno Mars and Rihanna, and I do have to admit, love Dr. Dre and love the whole Eminem, Dre, 50 Cent, but I listened to that back in the day a lot, so at least I could actually watch something and sing along. But I remember what YouTube's on there. Prince was great. The Who was really good. Just crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah, the slam dunk. I mean, George Strait trended for God knows how many straight years in a row. People just are like, why can't we get George Strait in concert for the Super Bowl? Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.